Good evening, gentlemen, gentlewomen, gentle things, or whatever you call yourself these days. Welcome to TEC Season 15, Round 2, the replay, the real life. So, it's Autopolis time, and hey, it's a wet one. But what I've heard, at least, good evening into the chat already, Rivers, Luxy, Dylan, who's Tom? I have no clue. Arden is here. But also Prodigy is in the booth.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hola.
Hola. Buenas noches.
Muy bien.
Dos tequila, por favor.
That's enough of foreign languages here. Whatever. We want to, I think, see some racing action happening.
Yeah, we've got all the stuff down, have we? We've got all that, so let's
I have
get this show on the road, will we?
I have something prepared. Have been sent files from an anonymous source, a spy in the lobby, so to say.
They weren't originally correct.
No.
Luckily, Jaeger has a eye for these things.
Otherwise, I would have given away some CTC strategy, maybe. I don't know. But yeah.
I don't know. With the difference in timings on that sheet, probably not.
Probably not. Whatever. So, surprisingly, we see Richie on pole position. What? River's happy. Look at that.
He was trying to make up for that mistake of driving the Audi last week. Look where Slugsy is. Slugsy put it in second.
Half a second for Richie as well. So, whoa. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, but, I think it's to do with the timings on this. The later you went out, the drier the track was.
Oh, okay.
So that's why there's quite big gaps, because different timings for people to get out and get their laps. Some people wanted cleaner laps. I think that's also why there's a number of people without any lap times at all, because they left the pits a little late.
One-shot quali madness with wet conditions. What can go wrong? Nice.
Like it was six minutes of fun, followed by about 4 minutes of driving.
Okay.
So no one left the pits. Actually, saying that, I think Ovic set an early lap.
So no one actually practiced the race start, and what can go wrong? I wonder.
Where's the fun in that?
Yeah, exactly. So so top 8. Let's see the bottom 8, and we see here a couple of drivers, no lap time in, and one of those, Dylan, P15.
Yeah, early championship leader. Down in 15th, he's going to have a bit of work. I think he's fairly lucky it wasn't a dry race, because I think a lot of people in this grid were very evenly paced in the dry, but the wet weather made all the difference.
If
you can keep it clean, then you definitely had a few opportunities.
Well, that is the spicy bit of it, and so we can bring up, I guess, the weather, so that scheduled weather. We see a 4-hour CLR.
Rain, dry, rain.
And not just
dry.
Messing like with RO1, RO2, maybe rain, no. Heavy downpour.
Convincing rain. To be fair, they were interesting settings. They were good settings. There was a few different things you could have done with wet inters. I don't think it's a weird track, but it dries really quickly. Also gets wet very quickly. The weather came in so fast, so it made it a little bit difficult to judge.
Let's jump into the race, shall we? So you're in control.
Yep.
Lean back.
Let's go, shall we?
Enjoy the show. Grab something to drink, a snack, whatever. Let's get through this round number 2 with a wet start at Autopolis.
I'll start with Slugsy, will we? Since he's in the chat as well. Let's go. Window wipers going. By the way, evening River, evening Dylan, evening Arden, Tom, Slugsy. If I've missed anybody, apologies.
Turn 1, Autopolis. Always
In the
interesting.
rain.
Who will
What could
misjudge
go wrong?
the breaking point?
Oh, dashy a little bit.
Wide. Deep. But
Generally pretty clean though.
no,
Oh,
someone's
who's that?
lost it.
Who's that at the back? Right at the back. It's Loogie. Loogie came in for
Loogie.
hallowed gaming at last minute.
Yeah.
So his settings have caught himself out, and Slugsy. Oh no, that's Thomas. That's Thomas. And
Taz is
Taz.
off. That's the second breaking zone.
So doing well, started well. See how we continue.
Oh, someone is on the grass again. Dylan.
Oh, Dylan, not doing well for his first to last challenge. That's Taz as well. Both team members struggling at the beginning of this race, down to Raid Racers had a bit of an incident as well.
So we've seen intermediates and wet tires, if I'm not mistaken.
A fair mix of different options. The wet. Oh, a little bit of contact.
Keza.
Oh, Kazza got him back round though. Look at that, and he's off again. That's how professional Kazza is. That's how he rolls. Yeah. I'll take you out and then I'll get you going again.
The hairpin.
Yeah, I blame that livery though.
Huh?
You know,
yeah,
tipping up in an RA livery on a CLR event, unbelievable stuff. Shocking.
At least half an hour time to get that livery sorted, right?
Exactly. Well, yeah, I would say so. He wasn't. Loogie definitely had less time. And what did? Where is he? I can't find him. Is he all the way up there? Look at that. He's got the correct livery on. So
probably iron on that grid spot. Like my settings, I need to race.
He was fairly keen. I have to give him that. He was keen.
Yellow flag. No. Oh, it's Luxy.
Oh, wait a second. We can't not see this. We did it last week for Richie. Let's do it for Slugsy.
Whoa,
bit of a tank slapper, and then
left, right,
pinging around. Dashy got the worst of it, I think, and then back across.
Big of a U-turn.
Bit early for the pit stop there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was some good racing, medium racing, and some shite racing, and I think Slugsy did each and every single type of racing. Even in Echo, by the way. Long time no see. Good to see you logging in. Hopefully see you on track at some point soon.
P15 for Slugsy, P16
P15
for
Dylan. Yeah, this is two race, championship contenders. How far back? A fair distance back as well. Everybody else is fairly close. Let's have a look at. Do we just ignore Richie at the front? We'll just ignore Richie at the front. Don't want to give him any time, you know. Furious Beetlejuice is now putting pressure on Furious. I think them soft tyres are definitely still working better.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, by the way, yeah, nice. These front three couch as well was very unlucky. A few others drove exceptionally well, but talking about Slugsy, I've been cutting my grass in the back garden, Slugs, and I got hit in the face by shards of slug. So apologies if that was maybe an aunt or uncle. It was not done in malice. I don't know. Maybe I'd got more than one, and they decided they'd had enough and were just gonna fight back, try and attack me. But it was pretty horrible. Half a bit of slug slapped off the chops. Not a nice situation.
Look at that train of cars, and yeah, it's not raining anymore by the look. So those were still the qualifying conditions. So definitely drivers can attack on intermediates now.
Yeah, starting to come back to them. I still think it's possibly still slightly full wet orientated, but it won't be long until that switches. So daring up to 7th. He was it Furious who didn't have a pit? Who didn't have a time? That wasn't, was it? He set a time. I'm trying to think who didn't set times and is up. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh!
I've had an incident.
Oh!
We'll go and watch this one again as well. Oh, I need to go back further.
Way off track.
Yeah, this is mighty close. I nearly I missed my braking point by about 50 yards.
Whoa!
Oof. So close to taking Furious out. It was mental. And then had to wait to get back on the track because everybody comes back
Mud
on this line, don't
everywhere,
they? Yeah. So now I'm even behind Slugsy. Unbelievable stuff.
But this is definitely a dry track,
Yeah.
track
This is
now.
definitely Inters now. So
I mean,
how quick can the
yeah.
wet tire drivers get off them and onto some softs?
And the
Even in
forecast
Davo?
is like then 2 slots of sunny conditions. Like it should be very interesting.
Yeah,
How fast
definitely.
that track is actually getting dry again. And
I've got to apologise to Davo before I go any further because I got a penalty going into the pits.
yes,
That was close, Taz. Kept it well though. I got a 3-second penalty, and the penalty line is. Oh, who's that? It's Kaza.
Kaza spun it.
And Davo avoiding action, nicely avoided. But I came down here, and because it's a small line for the dry line, and I had slicks on, I couldn't move, and unfortunately, I think I nearly took him out. He did recover it well, but he definitely lost about 3 or 4 seconds because of it. So.
The sun is here.
Yeah, Sun's here. I think there might be a few of the full wet drivers.
Yeah, he's struggling.
Yeah.
Slugsy Roddy.
Oh,
Dylan. Oh! Squeeze it over.
That was aggressive. That was aggressive. I'm coming through whether you like it or not. Yeah. Sandwiched between Dylan and Slugsy. What a position. No, he's gone for another lap. I think everybody's gone for another lap. Oh no, Beetlejuice has come in.
Oh, the first. Oh, also on wet tires. Okay, interesting.
Taz is in. I came in. Anybody else? Oh, that looked like a clean entry. Really? That was close.
Really?
Couch was boasting that if you get contact on the entrance to the pit, by the time you come out, it's cleared up, so it doesn't matter. You can crack that wall as long as you don't really smack into that wall. You're okay.
Dylan is flying now in those conditions.
Yeah. Is he on Inters? Slugsy's on Inters. Dylan's on Inters. Yeah, perfect. Maybe even good time for a soft.
Yeah, I think next lap.
Yeah.
Should pit.
Inter. Oh, that looked. I thought it was the way to lose it there. You got Couch up to third though. He's doing well. 1.1 seconds purple as well.
Good run so far, and yeah. Furious I think had last week the problem with the qualifying, then had a great comeback.
Yeah, he got the penalty, didn't he? Yeah, he did well last week to come back, and then had unfortunately that one small issue at the chicane, lost him about 4 places. I think a podium could have been on the cards, so definitely one to watch for this season.
Yeah, Porsche probably still a good car to drive if you don't get like crazy high tire wear, then this Porsche might be really good.
I think so. It's a good car to drive, but it is on the line. You'll lose 2 or 3 places.
Right, here we go.
You'll lose 2 or 3 places. Who's that? Oh, Couch is staying out there.
Couch also staying out. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe trying to keep it safe. Lugi, Ray. I think everybody else is coming in. I think it looks like everybody else is in for some softs. I would suggest. Beetlejuice already on soft. Where does he come out? Where is he? Christ, he's moving all over the place.
Yeah, I saw softs definitely.
Yeah, softs, Furious. There he is. He's up there. That's where it is. So came out in 5th. So who hasn't? No one's pitted in front of him. So it looks like Beetlejuice is the early leader, with Furious is Deering. Deering's definitely close enough. So I think Beetlejuice, Furious, and Deering will come out 1, 2, 3. We'll see about the rest.
Sure, they might lose quite some time on intermediates now compared to the soft tire runners.
Yeah, I think it's a bit too long to stick on them Inters. I think a few of them might have been worried that the soft tires might wear out before.
Yeah, you touch like the curbs or the wet bits still.
It's
so tricky if you go too deep into that hairpin. Look at that, the outside still very wet, the inside, well, Deering. Living on the
That
edge.
Ferrari look, yeah, not looking overly comfortable. Sorry.
I,
What do you mean you're going dizzy? What do you mean?
yeah, I don't know.
What do you mean?
Yeah, blame PD
I'm not. I'm
for
not.
not allowing
Oh,
like those replays to be shared anymore. They're too big.
yeah. 16 drivers, wet weather. The leader has decided to pit, so is Couch. Lugi's still carrying on though.
What? Does he want to survive on those inters for the next
I'm not sure that will
period of rain?
be
That
the best
might be a
idea.
long way.
Yeah.
Yeah, people
Jaeger is
choose.
definitely far more professional than I am at this job. He's got all the gear and all the buttons for replays and all the rest of it. So
You
give me a
cannot
break.
do a replay of a replay.
No, Ray races. Oh,
Oh, on the
that's
outside.
tight. Just enough. That was close. Bit. Oh,
Ooh.
not giving him much room there, was he? You are staying behind me.
Just don't touch the wet bits.
If you've got it, Dave, I'll go for it. Like, there was probably a few in the same boat that were very close. But nah, apologies anyway for that move. I think I moved across the track. I think that was the problem. And then you've come down the side of me. So although you're trying to take some responsibility, I think it was all mine. Let's do this properly, shall we? Look at this. Look at this professional work.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gone deep though. He's gone deep.
Nowhere to go.
Oh, no, not with a thin track. Let's have a look elsewhere.
Oh, someone
who's that? Dashy's gone off. He's obviously hit the dirt on or the curb. The curb on the exit can bounce you into this absolute no man's land.
One way
It's
to
about
cool
3
your
miles.
tires, I guess.
Yeah.
But
And then you've got dirty tires.
Yeah. Painful, painful.
Yeah. But kept it together. Didn't lose any positions, I don't think.
Just time, but yeah.
Yeah. Now in Slugsy and Kaz's grips.
Yeah.
Where's Dylan? Dylan with Ray all over the place.
Real mediums.
Yeah.
Didn't trust
Dylan
the
on
softs on that
Yeah.
Ferrari.
Yeah, maybe needed a bit more time on it. Just gonna have a drink, excuse me. That Ferrari's definitely got some pace though.
And Lugi's still staying out. Can we have a look at the tires, please?
Let's have a look at these tyres. This is gonna be... Oof. And he's got probably another, say, 18 minutes before the rain turns up again, I think. Somewhere around there. So I think his go long strategy might be backfiring now.
Yeah. How does that car even turn?
It's got some good turning anyway with being a Lambo. The rear end wants to help you face the wrong direction a few times, but on worn inters that's got to be an interesting drive.
Yeah, he lost all of it.
Yeah, the whole pit loss.
Too, yeah.
Yeah. Some good pace, so 148 at the moment on this on this track, which doesn't let you use all of it because it's wet.
And
So not a bad lap.
Still see some tire wear on their soft, so
yeah,
cannot run them for that long. But maybe just enough before the
I
next
think it's
rain shower appears. And we see a battle for the lead, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yes, well spotted. Beetlejuice should be quite straightforward,
line, yeah,
I think.
Tractions of tires, here we go.
He'll have the braking zone at the end here as well. I don't think Lugi would have fought that very hard either. It just wouldn't have been worthwhile.
Yeah, but still stayed out.
Yeah.
Did he
Giving it his best.
Did he forget to
Look at that
buy
front.
soft tires? I don't know.
Yeah, he's not got them in his inventory. The thing is, he's got Deering and furious now, and someone else as well, just behind them. So definitely going to be losing a few positions, I think. I think even before the end of this lap stop with those tyres, it's going to be incredibly difficult. I would suggest that he's going to have to pit. He can't even get stopped on the corners.
Look at that! Oh,
yeah.
Move, move.
Yeah, a little bit of a touch. Get out my way! I am coming through. Deering comes across as such a gentle soul, doesn't he? He's driving the tail off of that. If you look at the back end, it's sliding all over the shop. So, whoa! Whoa! Nearly furious, had to hammer on the anchors there not to smash into the back of him, but that could have gone horribly wrong. That was well caught.
Yeah, that section of the track, it's like it's already tricky in dry conditions. Like if you miss that braking point, well held. But yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Slugsy now putting in the fast laps though. 147.4. I think that's the first 147 in the grid.
Yeah. So that Audi isn't that bad in those conditions, by the looks.
No, I think Richie was just shit.
Yeah.
I think it was actually. Sorry, I think it was actually the tyre wear that caused Richie more issue. Well, it should be nicer to him because he's made me a nice helmet livery for this forthcoming CTC, since it's an open top car. So I'm not sure. Do we give him some airtime for it? I don't know whether it's worth that. But yeah, Slugsy up to 6th, Kazza up to 7th after all that. Dylan 8th position now. So yeah, the quick ones doing what's needed, coming through.
Clouds are coming.
It's getting a bit darker
towards the track. And yeah, Dashi down to P9.
P9 a bit, yeah.
He finally pitted for mediums now. Ooh, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe he doesn't have softs. But with the short time that he's going to be on these, I'd be surprised if he even gets a quarter of the way down those.
Maybe he forgot about his own settings.
Yeah. It was quite a while ago he made it. So we've got last Dave sitting at the back now. These McLarens are doing well.
Tyre wear is not too bad with that still, I think.
I think it was just the straight line speed of this McLaren is atrocious. You know, when you get onto the straight and you just see, especially the Ferrari and who else was it that came, the Porsche as well. They just pull away from you like you've not got your foot flat down on the floor. So a little bit difficult around the corners. It's unbelievable, but yeah, you can't pass generally on a corner though. It's normally you've got to set it up on a straight.
Send it.
Yeah. Last of the late breakers. Anyway, we've got
nice
Beetlejuice, Furious, someone else. Then Deeren's obviously had a little bit of another issue. I think maybe had a bit of a
Ferrari rears not looking good anymore. So
yeah, but it is starting to get darker. So we'll see whether the rain tips up. By the way, if you're still on Echo, I understand. Rain on, especially a twisty turny track like this, is difficult.
Don't see any rain at the moment. Come on.
Yeah, I could have done with about half
yellow.
Someone else. Oh, just briefly though. Who was that?
Deering lost it.
Yeah, I was in the kit.
Well,
what did he do?
You have the power.
I must hit the wall. Maybe we can rewind.
Oh, again, that rear is they're cooked.
Oh, there we go. Front and rear damage now. So yeah, definitely hoping for some rain now.
Too much heat now. Rears and it's a death trap every turn.
Yeah, I think he may be Needed a bit more rear downforce, keep the back end of it a little bit more stable. Lugi in 11th though, after the longest stint on Inters I've ever seen.
So far.
So far, yeah. Which now being passed by Davo. So see if he can get on the back of myself. How far is back is he? Oh, a little bit. Those two McLarens having a fun time. Thomas drove quite well actually. Thomas, he especially in the dry, he was exceptionally consistent. So I think he's starting to enjoy that Audi. Taz, Lugi, who else? We've got Ray and Deering next to each other. Look at the difference in the tyre wear. Maybe the mediums was a good choice.
Could be.
Dashi's tyres as well.
Front left.
That's put, yeah,
Oof.
that's control of heaven there. That is.
Yeah, time to pit now, but yeah, definitely now very overcast. Rain shouldn't be far away.
You should never flash the flasher, Dave. So let this be a lesson to you. So Tom Thor is CSX Thomas, is that right?
That makes sense.
Could be. Yeah. Oh well, good to see you joining us. Yeah, as I said, you drove well. I think I was behind you for pretty much most of the race, and yeah, you were driving cleanly and quickly. So yeah, well done. Some nice driving.
Always difficult, like you have like different Discord name to your PSN tag to
Yeah.
your
Oh!
in-game name, and then also on YouTube you have different names. Come on,
Yeah.
how are we supposed to keep up?
We can't keep up with this. Yeah, we can't keep up. Everybody's pitting at the back of the grid, though.
Rain, probably.
I think it's on its way. Who else is? You've got
Inters.
who hasn't pitted?
Really? Beetlejuice? No. He's
Beetlejuice,
on
no,
wet.
Beetlejuice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Heavy
Wets was a good choice because it's double R08, so it gets very wet very quickly. So the Inters, although for this little bit of time are possibly quicker, they do not stay quick. You're about a second and a half slower than the full wets when
And
it
yeah,
gets
look at that
up there.
rain coming down now the track.
Yeah.
It's really wet after half a lap. Not even. So yeah.
So Tom Shaw's real name is Jeff. My name Jeff. Yeah. It's difficult to keep up with though, I have to say. CSX Thomas, Spaps Taps. I've still no idea what Spaps Taps actually means. Maybe it's some kind of Irish thing. It's like taps off in Scotland or something like that. When as soon as the sun comes out.
We'll probably hear Tom with the manic laughter. They never know.
Yeah, getting tapping his fingers together like he's. I've forgotten his name. The guy from Austin Powers, anyway. Doctor Evil. Yeah. CSX Thomas didn't do 7 years of medical school to be called Mister.
Alright, so we have a wet race again now.
Yeah, sorry, back to the race. Yeah, that might be good. So I've got Beetlejuice in first, someone else in third. Furious putting a bit of pressure on now. I think he's yeah, definitely with a better tyre choice. Yeah, with the advantage there. Slugsy, after all his incidents already, is still fourth. I don't know how that's happened, but incredible stuff. Couch Dylan up to 6. Kaza, something happened to Kaza? He was up next to Slugsy before. He's on the full wets, mind you.
Yeah.
Dashi full wets. Lugi, after about half a lap on the mediums, is back out on the wets. Ray intermediates. Taz intermediates. Oh, look at that! The only overtake I think I did on you. because I had full wets. Not giving it up very easily, I have to say. Davo up ahead of Deering. Deering's had another issue, I think.
Now, time to shine for the Ferrari. It used to be like the OP car in heavy wet conditions.
In wet conditions, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Again.
yeah.
Drift in it.
Definitely. He's definitely pushing anyway. He's taken a leaf out of Yupei's drift book. A bit of pressure, Davo's under here. Let's see if you can get past him. Not the easiest. On the curb.
Again.
And then the awesome sticky. Oh, here we come though. Gets out of the way of Bovic. The sticky barriers is always good. Yeah, Beetle definitely does. Every time he gets any kind of wet track, he's onto the full wets.
Heavy wets, let's go. Yeah.
Yeah. To be fair, this season so far, after after this race anyway, he's done well. And the previous ones where it's been wet, I think I remember him. Did he race in the off season as well? I think he did, didn't he?
He was in the Super GT, yeah.
Yeah. So with the wet races there, he was in the full wet tires as well. So I don't think he wants to own any intermediates. That's probably what it is.
Useless tires, yeah.
Yeah. They're only good for short periods of time. And where is the fun in that? Look at that.
Sideways
Loving
action. Yeah.
Loving it.
So for all of our German fans in the chat, so the famous saying, fährst du quer, siehst du mehr.
I'll let you explain what that means.
It's hard to translate. It's like it's a bit of a rhyme, but if it's like literally translated, it says if you drive sideways, you get to see more of the track.
Ah, I'm pretty. There is a British one which is not like that at all. But if you lose traction, you go slower. It's similar to that. I'm not entirely sure that that's relevant, but I'll put it there anyway.
Oh, what do we have? 27 minutes in, nearly halfway through this race, and it's still raining cats and dogs.
Yeah. By this point, I was absolutely shattered already. I think Taz was as well. I think he's had enough. I think he said on chat, "This is ridiculous. It's only half an hour into a race."
Oh, a challenge for position.
Oh, it's an easy one. That fella in the Lambo.
It's a long straight.
Yeah.
And
that Porsche pulls though. If he gets anywhere near him, I'll be amazed.
But we know somebody that breaks late. And,
He's not known as the wrecking ball for no reason. But on this occasion, he's kept it clean. I think Richie's quite looking forward to the CTC race against what are they called now? PIR? PTR?
P1R.
P1R? Yeah, not post-traumatic. But yeah, I think he's looking forward to the challenge of that. So he's putting in a bit of practice. He's absolutely rapid around that track as well. So we've been learning from him. See how we get on.
On that topic, Saturday on the CTC YouTube channel.
Yeah, looking forward to it. It should be a good one. Yeah. Are you doing the live stream, are you?
I'm doing the live stream for you, of course. I will.
Perfect. So, seeing Zarden's in the chat, I was hoping he was going to do the race directing for us but no volunteering came of it. So no, he's too busy spending fortunes on a van.
Stupid priorities, yeah.
I know. Why worry about somewhere to live when you can be race director on a Saturday night? The couch as well, loving these wet conditions.
Yeah.
These will be suiting him down to the ground. have to watch his pit stop later on just to see how we get on. Kazir and Dylan are in a massive battle here.
Two of the OG TEC, or formerly known as AEC drivers, that were there from very much the beginning of this series, racing against each other. Good to see them united for a race at least. Yeah, on track.
Was Kazir also part of the GTFU?
Yep.
Or is that group? I thought so. He's gone on strength to strength though. I tell you, he's now driving probably the best he's been driving in a long while. Keep seeing pop up in manufacturers in some of the top split lobbies, so definitely got some good pace.
Sure, yeah.
We keep trying Dylan to get him back in, but peer pressure doesn't really work on him. Oh, Dylan managed to keep it though. Let's Kazir through. Yeah, we have peer pressure. We peer pressured him. Was it 2 seasons ago when he did the CTC around St. Croix? Managed to get him to do that.
Saint Arden B.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, come on.
That was the only. Oh, Kazir's off, letting Dylan
Loogie,
back through.
Look at that.
3 wide. What could go wrong? Dashy as well.
Loogie with the move, looking down the inside. No, but quiet.
Let's pick the middle one.
No, the twisty,
tricky bit.
You have to go single file. It's usually
nowhere.
Oh, but Dashy
got a little wide. Good, He'll get a good exit, mind you. He'll get a good exit. A little bit more pace through that short section there.
It doesn't rain anymore, right? Yeah, it stopped.
Yeah, looks like the rain's off, so the people in the inters will be happy. Let's see. She's dropped back a fair amount. That's the difference. Furious. A little bit wide. That's how easy it is, though. Even a meter or two off.
Keeps that position by the looks.
Yeah, I don't know. Dirty tyres, he might find it difficult. No, he's managed to. Should be okay after this section. It's pretty tight through here, so try and get a move done through here is difficult. So we should possibly have clean tyres by now.
What happened to Slugsy, by the way? He's not inside the top 10 anymore.
He's down to 11th. He was just having fun. He was giving us reprobates further back. Look at the Audi. So
2 minutes 20, 2 minutes 70.
Yeah. He would get his way up to about 4th or 5th, and then he'd say, "Alright, that's close enough to the front. I'm gonna drop down to the back and do it again." He's gonna do a last to 5th about 7 times. Maybe you can see it on this.
Oh, nice.
He's on inters. That does help.
Yeah.
But just the speed of these cars just pulling away. I think the inters possibly helping at the moment. Maybe that was what it was. But I just on the full wets, not a chance of keeping up with them. So just reading Arden's comment.
Yep. Same.
Yeah. Yeah, fair point. We did kind of trick you. Come and help us. Oh, we don't have enough drivers. And he fell for it. Never again. No.
I think there was still like a glimpse of hope that Titchney would show up for that race and he would compare yourself to him.
Give Arden a bit of a challenge. But alas, no, he never did.
Oh. And wet tire runners.
Here we go. Wet tires coming off. Yeah, he's got a fairly big gap though. Richie and Furious have swapped places, so Richie's on them intermediates has managed to take full advantage of that off that Furious had a few corners ago. Dylan definitely on his way back through though. up to 4th. Deep Slugsy back up to 7th. I think that's more tyres, tyre change than anything.
Keza on softs again. Okay.
Yeah. So let's see if Slugsy keeps it on the wet part. It's going to be difficult for Keza to get part. Sorry, keeps it on the dry part. There's not much room to go for the manoeuvre. But he's got the inside. Oh, that's close. No, I couldn't make it count. Let's see for the braking point down here. This might be no.
Braking early. See, better run off the
Slugsy defends the corner, but unfortunately compromises his exit with that move, going deep. This will be tough though. Out on the outside. Not a good. Oh, unbelievable stuff. We never saw that, Slugsy. We never saw that. A little bit of a touch, but inevitable going around the outside. It was always going to be difficult. I think if you've got the dry tyres on, you need to really go down the inside and make sure they get pushed out onto the slightly damper stuff. So we've got a few more Furious and Lugi in the pits. Dylan still on inters. Richie still on inters. Lugi still on his wets. So definitely making sure. Got Slugsy into the pits as well. So Ovic.
Is it rain again? No, Ovic just had his wipers still running.
Yep. If he can't flash anybody, he might as well turn on his window wipers.
Interestingly, the top 3 they haven't pitted yet. They're still on some kind
Let's have a look at the gaps.
Tire compound.
Furious. It looks like Dylan might be a little bit under pressure once he gets in, because Furious is definitely in there. I'm not sure. Maybe even Couch is within that. I think it's about 17 to 19 seconds without fuel for a pit stop, so that could be very close.
Yeah, soft tires now, no traffic.
Nope, no traffic. These two can follow each other, keep it clean, help each other out if they need to, bit of bump drafting. That could be a year or so though, Arden, before, well, I would expect more than a year before GT8 comes out. I'm not sure. I think they may even bring out a sport or some intermediary before they bring out GT8. I've just got a funny feeling that that's what they might do. Hopefully bring in a few more new cars, because I think this iteration of Gran Turismo is pretty much done. They're only doing little bits and pieces. That's Dylan, is he in? See where he comes out.
Okay, interesting. So we have Beetlejuice Furious.
Will Kaza get him? It's going to be close.
Inside line.
Oh, that was tight. That was very tight. I need to plug in my controller before it runs out of batteries. So that was close. Where's Richie? Richie's still going. I think he's maybe hoping that he can get to the next rain marker before it starts to rain. But
so what is the next rain marker? Quickly bring up the...
It is the second to last slot, so about 6 minutes 40, so about 10 minutes before the end, sometime around there.
Sunny, cloudy, rainy, sunny.
Yeah.
It's gonna be... Okay, so we're in the sunny part now.
Yeah. So, Bugsy up to 10th again, on his way back through the pack. Here's Thomas driving well. I think Deering had just passed me, so...
Deering mediums this time, so he learned his lesson probably from using the softs for too long in that Ferrari.
Yeah.
Oh, and we are just 15 drivers, so I think Ray disconnected, right?
Ray disconnected, yeah. I think it was Taz actually was going through the replay, and his hazards came on just before he left, but We'll trust him. He seemed pretty adamant that he
It's
disconnected. So
not the first
uh,
time with a
no,
disconnect,
no,
so
I'm not entirely sure what the procedure is when you disconnect anyway, whether that happens automatically. I've never really looked at it.
uh,
So unfortunate though, unfortunate. We would have been on for some points.
yeah. It also happened like that you're the only
Oops,
oh car.
slugs you off again. Let's have a look
Yeah,
at this one
let's
just for fun. Oh my
oh
God,
wet. Oh, nice little
I need to go.
720.
Need to go a little bit further back just to get the full picture of that one. That was quite incredible. Does he just touch the curb and lose the back end? Oh no, he goes wide and then
Ooh, then
disappears
disappears, yeah.
stage right. Yeah, a little bit of front end damage. The most ridiculous thing, sticky barriers. Does your head in. Losing a number of spots down to...
Oh
Oh,
no,
nearly going round again.
it's still wet.
He's just having a wee dance with his Audi here.
So that's a new classification. Disconorage connected. Okay. A mixture of it. Well, yeah, no, but
Yeah,
haven't seen rain for quite a while during this real life, so had a decent start, I think. Was up with the pack and then somehow disappeared.
yeah. It's, since they altered the physics after spoiling it backwards. Yeah, I think there might be a slightly more in-depth feel to the physics at Arden, but yeah, I think they've pretty much smoothed out most of the gremlins and got the tyre wear pretty good as well. Oh, a little bit wide again. So you know the tyres are now a little bit more, I don't know, real life feel a bit more real life. For the soft tyres could maybe last a slight bit longer, maybe not degrade quite so much, but even saying that, that's not far off. But yeah, I think GT Sport next, and then GT8 after that. We'll see how we go, though. You never know. You never know. They're a lord unto themselves.
At least for lobby racing communities, a GT Sport 2 would be so much better, like with access
Yeah,
to all cars and not have to worry about buying tires or changing oil or whatever stupid things you need to do.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, redoing oil. What a complete joke. It's a good thing to do like once, and then once you've done that, you should just be able to make it automatic.
Oh, what's the race situation? We have Beetlejuice with a
We've got
massive gap.
Yep, Beetlejuice running away with it, furious behind him after. He's not too far back when you consider, you know, a little bit. He's a little bit was a little bit slower in the wet conditions, but I think in the dry conditions he's definitely competitive. And then you've got Couch, who's just been faultless, which is he's up to third, which is good. Nice Bavarian flag on the end plates. I think I mentioned it last week, but yeah, I like that. Kaz are up to fourth after all his issues as well.
47s for
Yeah,
then softs
uh,
and
Richie's just onto some softs. I think he's
a late pit stop.
pitted.
I think,
Yeah. So he'll be on the freshest stuff, but you can see it getting darker already. So the sun's gone away. Dylan,
That's the cloudy section,
yeah,
probably.
definitely on its way. There's 7 or 8 minutes. Lugi after that long intermediate
Mediums
stint.
again.
Yeah, yeah. I have to ask him whether he actually has any softs. He did jump in at really short notice, so maybe he didn't. Dashi,
Softs.
driving okay.
Yeah.
Nice, comfortably in 8th.
During with it, gained a couple of spots.
Yeah. that Ferrari that was absolutely rapid. I don't know what aero he had on that, but yeah, just driving away. Oh, we've got, I think Slugsy's just gone past a flailing prodigy there. So enjoying myself. I think by about minute 6, I was like, God's sakes. But anyway, what's your favourite looking car on the grid, Adam? I think it's the Audi. I'm not keen on the RCZ. I think that's the NSX is quite a nice looking car. The Porsche, meh,
Yeah, man.
meh, yeah. The RCZ, don't like that much. It's just, yeah, the back end just does not look right. Don't know what it is. It just meh. Looks more like a radio controlled car rather than a proper race car. Porsche, what's about this? The 4C is quite a nice looking car. I like that. Oh, here we go. 2 Lambos
Ooh.
together. Look at this teamwork here.
Ooh, they know they are teammates for this race. No.
It's funny. Both people on the in the Lambos getting subbed for today.
Yeah, true.
Oh, let's go have a look at, where are you? Slugsy's saying he got the fastest lap this lap, so let's have a look. Definitely freaking had the pace anyway, Slugs. You have to say you were absolutely rapid. Just unfortunate with
The weather.
the weather. Yeah, the 17 incidents you had.
There we go.
I do. Yeah, that's a good. It is a good livery. Slugsy. Even with all the scratches and stuff on it, it's still a good livery. The Audi's a nice looking car. Dave, with a bit of an off, a little bit of dirt. I'm clearing out the way of Slugsy on his fastest lap. Is he purple? Well, he's 2.5 tenths down. I think with my downforce, I kept getting purple on the first sector and then being about a second off by the end of the lap.
Where's the end of the first sector?
But just gone, just so that you've got the first corner, and then halfway down that
Yeah.
second straight.
And
is
you
the
were
end of that sector.
saying that McLaren is so slow. There's a big long straight.
I know.
In that first
Two
sector.
long straights. Tell me about it.
Mm.
Yeah, I could just put the speed through the first corner. That's what it was.
Okay.
I'm just making shitey excuses, really. 4 tenths. This is it. Ducati Rider 88. Do you pick a lot of time up on the end of this lap? Do you?
I think
Or was it the previous lap?
lap? Yeah, was
Maybe
the 46.9
yeah.
03. A slight improvement.
Yeah, maybe that was the lap you were on about. Yeah, 46.9 though. Unbelievable. Just shows how much slower these cars are after the update though, because during that TEC off season, I think there was a load of 46.5s and stuff like that getting done. So and most of the people in that weren't as quick as Slugsy, so myself included. Yeah.
Mm.
So I think it's definitely a good chunk of time off, and this is with aero and, well, I say aero brake, but a bit of aero tuning.
Already makes a little bit of a difference if you change the downforce.
Look at this, beautiful. I forgot about the McLaren actually. I quite like the look of the McLaren. I think it's the livery that does it though. Look at those two. Lovely looking motor vehicles.
You're always coming to right.
Yeah. I think we stayed in twos for a bit, and then I think we went our separate ways, and then came back for a lovely photo finish at the end.
Oh.
Slugsy ahead of Thomas now though.
And the final drama act shall begin very soon with third rain period.
Let's keep an eye on Couch and see this.
Keza up to P3, he had a massive runs since the pit stop, right?
Let's have a look. Racing software. Oh goodness! When you look at that, look at the tires on that NSX in comparison to the cars behind. Yeah, not looking good for those other cars, but Couch on controller.
Yeah, struggling now with the front.
It only took us 3/4 of a lap, Slugsy, to figure out what you meant. So don't be belittling us, if you don't mind.
We're old, we're slow.
Yeah. I'm broken. At the moment, I am properly broken. My knees and ankles, oh, I don't know what else. Yeah, my football career is over anyway. Gonna have to start joining Deeren on the golf course. Because I can't do anything that's faster than a walk anymore. Who's that? Lugi? Oh, managed to catch it. He did well. Most of the time when you hit that, you're off through the farmer's field next to the racetrack there.
Louis is
Couching
pushing,
fifth, Dylan.
definitely, and Dylan.
Yeah.
Behind Kaiser now, tire advantage, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Definitely. That 4C is definitely. Oh,
rain.
let's keep an eye on Couch then. I think everybody will come in. Comes in so quickly. Here we go. Into the pits. No damage this time though, Couch. Yeah. Right, let's have a look at other people. Is that Khan? Oh, he's going out for another one as well.
Doesn't believe in rain as well.
No.
Either in soft
so we'll
tires.
see how he gets on.
But we need to watch.
We need to watch this. Now that, my friends, is the ultimate strategy call.
Racing
nice set of fresh softs.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Fastest finger first. It's easy to do, Dylan. It's easy to do.
Look at his strategies. No, it's not genius. It's raining now. It's like he was skating on Dylan, like suddenly. But,
yeah, for the first bit of this lap, he might be okay. Let's see. Will Lugi manage to get through to the end before the rain really hits?
Oh, we are above that first mark now on the bar, and yeah, it's in.
Here we go. Up. You can see the spray coming off the back of the car now. It's going to be a long. And there we go. Let's have a look at Couch. See how he's getting on.
On slick tires, Couch. Why?
Couch.
Okay. Too early.
Just. Lugi's struggling now.
Yeah,
really struggling.
No grip at all, and
Richie's gone past, and Couch is even further away from the pit. So this is going to be. This is going to be a long lap.
And he won't get it stopped probably downhill.
No.
Nope. Yeah, it's slower. This is like you get. I'm slow. Ah, damn. Too late.
I think using that runoff is possibly the quickest way to slow down the car.
Yeah.
It's a bit disappointing for him because he'd driven so well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so well.
That one little mistake, right? That kills you.
Yeah, exactly. Lugi managed to still get in second though, so he managed to get in okay.
But he will lose
Let's keep
on
Couch.
Places, yeah. Couch is slow.
Where's Dashi?
He's doing a good job, not spinning it.
Yeah, he is definitely, especially when that is nearly full wet weather.
But it looks to be like traction control on 5.
5. Fuel management down to 5 as well. And yeah, he's still got his foot flat down.
And he's staying out. No.
That would have been awesome if he had it on. There we go. Sorry, Couch, if you watch us later on. Couldn't help it.
Yeah, but that was the rain already.
Yeah.
How it looks.
So what we got now? Beetlejuice after it's all settled down. With still a massive gap. You've got
Kaza,
Dylan.
Oh, that might be
full wet. Yeah, it dries up fairly quickly as well, but it's already starting to dry up by the looks of it, in fact. Dylan.
Yes, intermediates.
Inters, Furious Inters. These 3 battling out for the last. Well, for second and third, I think. I think Kaza might struggle a little bit. What have we got further back? Richie, bit anonymous all race, but Started off in P1 in 5th. Got Lugi for company right behind him though, so teammates, reserve teammates. Wanting a photo finish as well. Dashi now ahead of Couch, a little bit unfortunate. I think, as I said, Couch definitely deserved the positions he'd earned before that unfortunate fat-fingered incident. Now under pressure from Daring as well, probably furious while driving
Red
this
again?
car. It's gone back up. I think it shouldn't be. I think it now should be the last section, so it should be drying up all the way to the end.
Maybe just a spray or whatever, or you
turned
it on manually.
Couch. Yeah. Slugsy now pushing as well. Seeing if he can catch up with the two ahead of him. Thomas, Dave, see a little bit of a nice gap there. So a few more laps, I think 31, 32 laps. Where's the number of laps?
Yeah, then could have been one of your famous TEC weather settings.
Yeah, I thought we'd gone away from that. I did not think when the drivers that when they got to choose their weather settings would be so gung-ho with the rain.
Yeah, I think Lugi knew that he wasn't doing the entire season, so it was like, yep.
Let's get these boys. Yeah. Like as I said at the beginning, though, it was definitely worthwhile. Some good settings, interesting race settings. Made you have to think a little bit. Yeah, Kaza passed by Dylan.
Ooh,
it's gonna be. That's good though. Around the outside.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Can he keep it? Yes, still the inside line for the next one. And Furious,
should have the better traction.
Then
there we go.
The outside, nice move.
Oh, Furious, don't go too wide. Yeah, it's going to be a struggle, I think, on them full wets to keep these two behind now.
Yeah, look, that under 4 minutes to go. As I was struggling, he lost it already. I think Furious.
Yeah, I think he went wide there, and Furious got the inside line, so he can now go and chase after Dylan. Who's further back? Richie and Lugi, can they even catch him? Are they both on inters? Yeah. Let's see. It's maybe a big enough gap. That would be difficult to catch that up in a lap or two.
Not sure. It's like, again, those sunny conditions towards the end. Whoa.
Yeah. Oofed. Both of them.
Oh, Lugi.
Is Lugi on a controller? I think he was, isn't he?
It has to be.
Yeah, to control that. Yeah, I can't do that on a wheel. If I get near the outside of that corner like that, I'm all over the shop. Maybe it's just my skill levels, mind you. Dashy, Couch, still got Deeren right behind him. And then Slugsy catching them, actually. It could be a bit of a photo finish for these three. Thomas all on his own. As I said before, drove really well. Very consistent. Did not make... I don't think he made a mistake all race, I don't recall. And then you've got the photo finishing. Oh, a little bit of grass there. Just saw that in the back. Forgot about that. That's called precise driving. Whoa, camera's gone mental. Sorry, Slugs.
What did Tess do to his intermediates?
He must have gone on to them. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. Let's have a look through the other ones. Yeah, no one else is into. Did he go through that dry spell?
Didn't he change the tires? Maybe,
yeah, he may not have changed his tires and just gone for it. Yeah, Thomas definitely does.
Richie's catching Kesa. Look at that. That's
it's going to be close. I think the inters. Yeah, last lap though. I think last lap. So it's going to be close. Towards the end, Lugi dropping back a bit after that little bit of a catch last lap. Let's go to the front anyway, see what we've got. Yeah, Lugi driving supreme, doing well. Nothing less than expected, mind you.
Yeah,
He's
Beetlejuice.
turned up in these CLR lobbies and just hit the ground like he's been driving in them for years. Driving really smoothly and well at the moment, so good luck to him. Good to have him along in CTC as well, so thanks Richie for the recruitment cream egg that you gave to Beetlejuice.
Yeah, definitely a dark horse victory in that NSX. Shouldn't.
Definitely the NSX, especially not in that car. No,
Yeah,
definitely not one of the OP cars at the moment.
he made it work. Made it look
Yeah, definitely.
easy as well.
Yeah, big gap. I don't know what that is, but that is a fairly sizable gap that he's managed to gain. Can relax.
He will get the victory lap as well.
I think the Blue Moon, the infield ones are good, Ard, and I agree with you there. So let's have a look. Dylan holding on. We'll finish this and then get back to that. Let's see, does he get the extra lap? No, he's done.
No.
That's it. So we'll see the finishes. Dylan, followed by Furious.
Whoa!
Oh, look at that!
Looky, oh, what a cross!
I was going to rewind that, but I think that was close. I think
Yeah.
too wide out of that last exit.
Richie got past
Definitely difficult. Yeah.
Wow.
Nicely done. Nicely done. That was tight though. It was tight. You've got what's happened to Couch?
Where's Couch? Yeah.
Yeah, Couch has had an incident as well. Dashi finishing in 7th. Then you've got Deering and Slugsy firing out for 8th and 9th. Couch in 10th. I think possibly a little bit annoyed with himself.
The Flasher. No, that's Slugsy.
And then Couch. Still got fuel, so here comes Thomas as well. Nice finish in 11th. And then you've got the two McLarens in the back.
Oh,
look at this. Beautiful. Beautiful. I had to slam on my brakes though because I didn't want to take the position of Davo. So it could be a cheeky shit here and get 12th, but yeah. Yeah. Taz coming through on, I don't know how he's managed to keep them going, but well done, Taz.
Didn't run out of fuel.
Nope.
Let's
have a look. There we go. Yeah, we can do this. Get everybody finishing. Look at that. Ovich finishing, and then we've got Beetlejuice for the victory. Got the extra lap there, the free winner's lap. But yeah, some good racing.
Well done,
I wish it would give you some more time at the end of that. It just seems to be very abrupt. But anyway.
Race is over. Here we go. We have results ready. So, Beetlejuice with the victory and that extra lap in that NSX. Dylan with a up and down race, started from the back and made his way up to P2, had a couple of off tracks and that opening stages. But nicely done if you two again with a great result in that Porsche P3.
Yeah, good race. Top 3 definitely.
And then that crazy finish between Richie, Kaza and Louis. All 3 reserves. By the way.
In a row. We got in some slow reserves this week.
Yeah, totally.
I think Kaza being the lead AM driver is a joke, but
you score for the team. It doesn't matter who's pro or AM, right? So,
no, it really doesn't. No, it's try and push the team ethic for this season.
Exactly. So Dashi and Deering on that first page, and then we go to the second, if I press the correct button, with Slugsy and the fastest lap of that race. We saw that 46.9 in
we got the end of it, didn't we?
We saw a little bit of it, yeah. Pretty sure. Pretty sure we did. A Couch with an unlucky race, so was running top 5 for that race, and then that one little mistake, changing tires to the wrong tire compound. unlucky, definitely.
I think it's the Porsche team River that got the best score for this week. So a little bit of a
We'll have a look at the team points right after this one.
Getting carried away. Sorry.
Yeah. Then Thomas and Evo and Prodigy with the run across the line. Taz, Ovich and Ray with the DNF with that disconnect. Well, it looks alright. Let's have a quick look at current team points. So still have Dylan and Taz the lead. I think they increased their gap.
A little bit,
Controller Collective up to P2. Here we
I'm
go.
going 17 points joint last start, and we did well.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's still very close. Points, like, look at that. P2, P5. 4 points separating those 4 teams. Apparently, so just have the bottom 3, they need to step up their game a little bit. But it's
Yep, I think
round
definitely.
2 out of 8. So still
Get to grips with the rain in this McLaren. I think I'm not sure. Maybe slapping on too much downforce. I'll have to try it with less next week at Red Bull Ring. That could be interesting. Penalty fest.
exactly. So next week. Oh wait, we will go to a little bit of intermission music, right?
Oh, check the professional here. This is incredible.
Elevator music, no.
Yeah. We're going to start having adverts and everything soon.
Soon, yeah. Soon with that capitalized TM behind. And doing some air quotes soon, yeah. But yeah, round 3, Red Bull Ring. Oh, this sounds like rain again. Will it? Rain at the Red Bull Ring.
Yes. I think it starts off wet, but then I think it dries off through the rest of it. So yeah, an interesting one. Yeah, I think we may need more downforce for Red Bull Ring. That could be an interesting one. You know, those 3 fast straights.
I mean, this is probably the worst track for the McLarens. It's a power section. You need to get good acceleration out of the slow turns. Not the strength of that McLaren 650S, to be honest.
Let's see if we can beat this week's haul of maybe 4 points. I can't remember exactly how many we got, but it wasn't many. So that's our challenge, Dave. Let's get it. Let's get on with
it. Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cheers for listening, everybody, as well, by the way. For spending your time listening to us, well, especially me, dribble on about absolutely nothing of any importance. But, good to see a full lobby of people commenting.
Exactly. Hope you enjoy the racing, despite the tricky conditions and maybe not always your favorite car to drive.
Yeah. You think that just looking at these images that I've got on the background, it's pissing it down. You'd expect the people to at least put Pirellis up, wouldn't you? They don't even do that. You know, what are Polyphony doing? You know,
it's just raining
real
a little
driving
bit.
Simulator.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So with that being said, have a nice rest of the day and see you next week, Tuesday, for round 3 TEC, and maybe see you tomorrow on my very own Twitch channel for Sprint Series action. We start the new season tomorrow, and if you're bored of watching me racing and being watched, then you can tune in on Thursday for the World Series here with
That's
me on
one
Cops.
sales pitch, that is.
Yeah, exactly.
Come watch to see how washed I've become.
Yeah.
I bet you bloody win it now.
Yeah. I learned something today. This is called rage bait now. So you're getting annoyed, but you still want to see it. Like, really?
Yeah. I'm annoyed, but I really have to watch it just to feed my anger.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's modern society.
And
that's pretty much why this lot have all logged in here. They don't want to watch it, but they just want to get angry at something, so they're watching us.
Exactly. And then, of course, on Saturday we have the Community Team Cup race against Project One Racing. On Saturday.
Tune in for that. Should be a kick in.
YouTube channel. Yeah, support CLR. Of course. Yeah. Should be a cracking race. Red Bull Junior at Trial Mountain in reverse. 45 minutes roughly in length.
It's going to be a difficult one because, you know, they're all really slow in that team.
Yeah.
So we were hoping, in fact, that the second team would be racing a quick team, but I don't know. Is it DTR? Is that who they're racing?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know how quick they are, or whether they'll. I think RTR doesn't really make any difference, but
we'll find out over the course of the weekend. Yeah.
See which team they put out, because if they need to work harder for the victory against DTR, then maybe we get a few of the slower drivers. Fingers crossed. So
right.
We'll see how we go on though.
Exactly, yeah. But, busy schedule as always for me, but I'm loving it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise I wouldn't be doing it, so that's enough of us to now. I think we've stretched that outro for quite a bit now.
So we can carry on.
Carry on.
Yeah, turn it into a podcast. Why not?
Yeah. Not today. Another day. At some point. All right.
Yeah.
That's enough for the stream. Hope to see you soon. I love you all. EBKA and up to you.
And stay sexy, San Diego. We'll see you next time.
Bye.